All right, we're here with senior back, Sam Paul. Talking about the preseason. You guys are almost a week in.
Yeah, 5 days, I think.
5 days into preseason practice. How do you think things have been going so far?
You know, this is probably the best team chemistry I think I've seen since I've been a freshman. When I came in, we were really good as freshman year, and then sophomore year we had a slump year. But since then, been a great rebuilding year with Christian coming in as the head coach. Really looks like we're going to do well this year, I think.
Looking at kind of the rosters from last year to this year, yeah, you're basically just missing kind of one key component.
One key component. The core pretty much came back, especially our offense is pretty much the same as it was last year, so hopefully we can build off that and produce more goals than we did last year.
Now, you specifically on the defensive side, obviously Chad Dakin last year was kind of the vocal leader, especially in front of Steven back there in goal. Talk about what it's going to take to kind of replace his leadership.
We're hoping that we have a core of like juniors and seniors in the back that we hope can come together and fill the void that Chad leaves with more of a team instead of one guy being the head guy to talk in the back.
And then we talked about the front lines. We got a lot of the offense back. We got both Jacks back. Yep. We got Zach.
Zach Hecht, yep.
Yeah, hopefully he can get back on track this year.
Mm-hmm.
But talk about what it's going to take to kind of make that next leap up the league standings.
What we're trying to do is try to build off the system that Christian put in last year, build off the movement off the ball, be able to build chances not just on counterattacks, be able to build in more of like a half-court set like you talked about in basketball, like that way, like a slower offense, so we don't just have to pound it down people's throats.
A little more possession game.
Yeah, more possession game, and try to score goals that way.
And you were picked, like I think I just told you, you were picked 13th out of 14.
Yeah.
How can you? And obviously you guys finished, I think, 11th.
Yeah, 10th or 11th last year. I can't remember the exact
in the league standings last year. How can you guys use that as motivation?
You know, it's motivation that the coaches don't think highly of us. We can come be an underdog in every game except one, obviously. Sneak in some games, hopefully steal some from the top 4 or 5, the Snooze, the Sokos of the world. That would be huge for us.
Hey, you played some teams tough last year.
I mean, a lot of tough losses, but we played a lot of good games in the end.
And what are you looking forward to most in your final year here at St. A's?
You know, I'd love to make playoffs once in my entire career. I think this is the best chance we're going to have in my 4 years here.
All right, here with junior Jack Lynch, captain this year.
Yep.
We're about a week in, about five or 6 days into practice here.
5 days.
How do you think things have been going so far?
Everything's going well. Everyone's gelling. Seemed like we didn't really miss a beat since last year, so we can't really complain. Everyone's getting fit, game fit. Everyone's getting better every day, and everyone's just getting to know each other.
Now, Sam talked about team chemistry. It seemed to be like kind of one of the good things that he's witnessed so far. How do you think that's gone, the integration of the new players and kind of with a lot of your teammates back?
Yep. So the sophomore, juniors, and seniors really are a real close, tight group. We're always hanging out, always just chilling our free time, sort of. And then the freshmen, there's 4 of them. They're all real nice kids. So, and even some of them are from our hometown, so it's no problem just gelling them in.
Looking at kind of the rosters from last year to this year, you're really missing last year's captain, Chad Dakin, was kind of the defensive vocal leader on the team. How do you think you guys will all step up and replace him in that role? Yeah,
Chad's a huge loss, but I think he's the one star we're losing since last year, so that's good. But even like Sam and Ben, 2 seniors, they've been here for 3 years, going to the 4th year. They've seen it all pretty much, so they should be able to fill that role in. They're vocally great. There's good presence on the field to have behind you.
Offensively, you're bringing back, I think it was 85% of your offense, which is pretty good for you guys to look forward to. How are you guys looking to kind of use that experience to your advantage on the offensive end?
Really good. Last year towards the end of the season, we're really starting to flow, get some goals going in the back of the net. So. And then this year we're just continuing to build off that. So, and we, like you said, we're bringing back tons of guys who played together before, so the chemistry should not be a problem at all. So we should just be able to get going right from the start.
We were, as I mentioned, we were picked to finish 13th out of 14 in the preseason poll.
It's tough.
Which, it's tough. But how can you guys use that as motivation for this season?
Well, obviously, like last year, we were just a game out. We just needed to win our last game as one team to lose, and we'd be AC in the playoffs. So. It's kind of bogus the ranking, but So obviously we all saw that, and we see it as motivation. We see the teams ahead of us, and we know we're better than them. So hopefully we'll be able to put something together and make a run at the playoffs, and who knows what happens then.
Yeah, I mean, you were. I think it was 3 or 4 games where you lost, just kind of heartbreakers, end of the game, stuff like that. What's going to be the difference to winning those games this year, do you think?
Yeah, we just need to stay in it mentally for the full 90 this year. Like, no let-ups. It's heartbreaking, like you said, just letting the goal in the last 10 minutes is just after playing a great 80. So hopefully this year we bring in a ton of seniors and a very experienced junior and sophomore class, so everyone should be up for it and know what to expect.
Anything else you want to add?
Go Hawks.
All right, here with sophomore midi, Jack Heintzelman. His second year, obviously, at St. A's here. Talk about maybe the differences that you've seen with the team being last year and the team this year. Are there any glaring differences? Or?
Yeah, well, I mean, immediately when we came into preseason, you could just tell our chemistry was a lot better. I mean, we're all experienced. Last year was kind of our first year together with a new coach and the new freshmen and sophomores. So now I think we are starting to click, and it's looking a lot better for sure.
Yeah, and looking at that, again, looking at that roster, you basically graduated one senior. Chad, obviously, he was kind of a big senior, your captain last year. What has the replacement strategy been to make up for his loss?
Well, we brought in a bunch of good freshmen that all look like they can play, so that should be a good start. And I mean, we have a bunch of sophomores and juniors and seniors that can fill that spot too, so we should look pretty well this year. And
you were pretty experienced a freshman last year. You came in and kind of made that transition from high school to college and made a pretty big impact on the team, and that's coming from personal experience. What's it going to take for those freshmen to kind of step into that role, that similar role that you did last year?
Well, I mean, the good thing is that we have a good welcoming senior class. They all like to bring in the freshmen and get them comfortable with the play and the team in general. So I think that they're starting to get comfortable now with the team, and they look like they can play. So they should be able to get in there and play.
Looking at the preseason poll, we were picked to finish 13th out of 14. What kind of motivation does that send to your team?
Well, I mean, that's a huge motivation. Last year, I think we were last in the polls. We ended up, I think, 1 win away from making playoffs. So I'd rather be the underdog. So I'm excited. It should be a good year.
And you know, looking at, you've got a kind of some, like you said, some experienced players. You got a couple seniors on the team that are going to obviously try and lead the team back to the playoffs, which I assume is the goal, the ultimate goal. You know, what kind of message do you want to send to them, especially to this season?
Well, I mean, it's their last season. I know they're going to come out with a boom, and they're going to play hard for what they got. They all can play, and I think it should be a good year for sure.
Cool. Anything else you want to add?
No, it should be good.
Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.